Going Sizzler. We going Sizzler. There we go. Hey. Difficulties, but we're getting there. I'm telling you, I can never work this stuff properly. I don't know what happened. I hit the video clip. It didn't want to go.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
I am Janae Strother.
I'm Sean.
And ladies and gentlemen, again.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
I am Janae Strother.
I'm Sean Spencer.
And now this is what you're getting. Me trying to improvise while I hit the play button. I figure out what's going on.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
I am Janae Strother.
I'm Sean Spencer.
And let's talk.
Back.
We are back.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen.
I gotta go out and hold up.
Come on. The lion. Here. The lion. You need to fight. Kirk Cousins.
All right. I am Janae Strother.
I am Sean Spencer.
And this is Let's Talk Football.
You're muted.
We made it through. Somehow we moved through that. I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen, because Nick Rosario's having a little problem this morning with working on his technical skills as we try to get Roundtable going this morning. So let me first just say I want to thank my fellow co-hosts today for putting up with me already. It's only been 5 minutes and this thing's been fun. So of course, let me introduce to you the one and only, the man with the vision of all of this in the beginning, Mr. Sean Spencer, all the way from Virginia. Sean, how are we doing out there?
Always good.
And
Always
course,
good.
Right, he's always good. And Sean's like, Sean is one of those guys you like to go have a beer with and just hang out with. Always positive, always upbeat. Then, of course, below us, Mr. Handy, who comes to us from kind of the central part of the country in Oklahoma there. So how are we doing out in Oklahoma, Mr. Handy?
It's hot.
Yeah, it's hot. There you go.
No, it's supposed to be hot, but it's not supposed to be this hot this early.
This early, right? See,
2 weeks ago, we thought that Elmira Gulch was going to ride by on a bicycle, and we were going off
with
to
the
the Maryland
tumbleweeds and all that stuff. Absolutely.
Yes, and then Saturday, it rained all day. Saturday, rained through Saturday night. Sunday night, the clouds parted, the sun came out, and it was immediately hot. I left my house yesterday. I walked out the house yesterday morning at like 9 something. Like, I'm gonna cut my grass while it's still cool. I walked outside, the sun hit my face, and I immediately went, nope.
Yep.
I am not
sorry. We got tall grass.
Look,
but we've been hit with that in Chicago too. Though we literally went from like 40 to 90 in the span of like 2 days, and so It's been beautiful weather, which I'm not complaining. But like you said, it literally went from like winter to summer in 2 days. So I'm Nick Rosario here from Chicago. So we got Chicago, Virginia, and Oklahoma. So we entertain you no matter where we are, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
And through the magic of the internet, we bring ourselves together here this morning to talk about.
Wait a minute, the magic of the internet and the miracle of modern technology. You can't get that part.
That apparently I have not yet mastered because I keep screwing it up. So, anyways, let's get to the matter at hand here. We are here today to bring to you our lovely perspective on the upcoming NFL season. As you know, there was a draft recently that they had where all the best college players were taken. And, as a result, I think some of our teams may have seen some improvement. I'm going to start with my guy, Sean, because, he, as you all know, he's a fan of the Washington Commandos. I know they're not the Commandos. They're the Commanders. But I told Sean I'm not calling them that because that's a weak name. I'm sorry. Baby. I'm going to call them the Commandos. So what did your Commandos manage to pull off in this particular draft, Mr. Sean?
The Washington team. I don't subscribe to any of the new names. They're still Redskins in my book. All right.
Right. That's right.
Honestly, I think a lot of our fans weren't as excited about it because a couple of the picks weren't guys that maybe they had been studying off the board. But in my opinion, I think we filled every need. A lot of people thought we were going to go wide receiver. We know what Drake London was one of the guys we were looking at. We know where he went. We ended up trading back with the Saints. Yeah. I see. You're welcome. Yeah. You already had him before us. You stole him. So never mind.
That helped him. Right. That helped him.
Right. Yeah. But, getting Jahan Dotson, best hands in the combine, best hands in the draft. I'm really excited about him. He's a playmaker. Plus, he can play special teams. I think that's huge. Fedarian Mathis out of Alabama can help in the middle of that line. We lost Tim Settle and Matt Ioannidis. Because we got Carson Wentz and had to take on that contract, so I think Fedarian Mathis will fill in right there. And then Anthony knew about this guy, Brian Robinson, another guy out of Alabama.
Beast.
Right. He's a bruiser, 5 yards a carry, over 1,300 yards a year ago, like 14 touchdowns. This man is a monster. And, I mean, let's be honest, the last several bunch of Alabama running backs have been pretty solid with the Derrick Henry and Najee Harris just coming out a year ago. So I'm excited.
But I want to get to the important one with you because I know this is a big one. No, this is the reason why I want to set this up before you say who it is. Because you guys have to understand, Sean is also a Carolina guy, a North Carolina Tar Heel all the way. And all we've been hearing about the last year and a half, right? When we've had talks about some of these quarterbacks and this coming out, he talks about his guy, Sam Howell.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. Sam Howell. So you figure, okay, we'll see where he goes in the draft. No big deal. Where does he end up?
No.
It's Sean's favorite other team, professional.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Washington Commandos. So now you've got your Carson Wentz to, I don't know, cry in week 3 and not play or whatever. Who knows? Mm-hmm. But you did draft a quarterback in Sam Howell. How do you, outside of that being your boy, how did you feel, though, about Washington picking him up when they did? Is that spot in the draft?
Well, first and foremost, let's go, Tar Heels. You already know what it is. We too were in the national championship. We were not successful, but we were still there. All right. I coached for Davis the first year. Let's go. Different sport. But anyway, honestly, I was so excited. I mean, we all saw how basketball.
There we go.
We all saw how all the run on quarterbacks fell a lot farther than we.
Most of them did. Yeah, for sure.
Right. We expected that kind of, and a couple people were talking about getting them early and this and that, but where they fell, I kind of think it was maybe a little bit farther back, but we expected it. But seeing him there in the 5th round to me was very surprising. I mean, Bailey Zappi out of Western Kentucky went to the Patriots. Nobody saw that, and a lot of people thought Howell was better. We go back to last year when I was really screaming his name. Had he come out last year, he was going to be a top 5 pick. Yeah. So I'm so glad he was able to come back this year. And he's reunited with his buddy De'Ami Brown at North Carolina, and I just want him to be able to get competition. Carter went to the Jets. Michael Carter's with the Jets.
Carter went to the Jets. You're right. I'm sorry. Yeah.
So I just want him honestly to just be able to compete in that quarterback room. I think personally off the plane, he's better than Heineke in my opinion.
Right.
And we'll see, Carson Wentz how that health works. But I would love it if we can get him in here. But in all honesty, sit just like Justin Fields. Right. Sit. Sit there. You hold the clipboard. You have a little headpiece on. Okay, coach. Yeah, you learn the plays. You just get comfortable in the system. Let's build up around this guy on our offense. We've got weapons, so I'm excited to see what we can do. But I was hooting and hollering to get that pick.
Yeah, you were.
Now let's go to Mr. Yeah, no. Sean was very excited. His face said it all. Like a kid at Christmas opening his favorite toy. That's what he looked like.
That's it. Yes.
He finally got his Red Ryder his Red
Yeah,
Ryder
BB
BB
gun.
gun for
He's
Christmas.
still
Right,
going to shoot his
right.
eye out, though. Don't worry.
Oh yeah.
Well, we hope
So
not.
let's go to the handyman, who, as we all know, is a
Talk
fan
about
of
Christmas.
the Atlanta Falcons.
Yes,
Because
sir.
maybe they will be the Falcons this year and not the Falconots because of who they picked up in this year's draft. Mr. Handy, care to enlighten us, sir, with the Atlanta draft this year?
Sean, you want to go ahead and plug your ears for that first pick, but because I was watching the comment section while we were doing the live draft show, and Drake London comes off the board, and I could just hear, I could hear Sean like Darth Vader in that Energizer commercial. No,
Exactly.
But that was something that Atlanta has needed to get addressed. I mean, Julio in his last few years was not quite the same. Roddy White, long gone. Tony Gonzalez at the tight end, basically being a big, swole wide receiver, retired, long gone. Calvin Ridley injured and now out for the season, gone. I'm actually proud of the Falcons for addressing a need immediately because that is something that Atlanta is not notorious for doing. So Drake London definitely will be a big addition because it looked like it was going to be at first before the draft. It looked like it was going to be Calvin Ridley and Kyle Pitts. And we hadn't really seen as much out of Ridley as we wanted to see last season. So, we're looking at building both of them up. But now you got, Drake London out of USC. I'm not exactly sure what kind of offense they're going to build around him, but I think he would definitely be a great addition. Just can Mariota hit him when he's open? That's another discussion. But now you also have London. Now you got Pitts. Now you got Cordero Patterson, the Falcons Swiss Army knife with Marcus Mariota. So I definitely think that's a good pick. The second pick in the second round, they waited a little late. They didn't wait too late because they had the sixth pick in the second round? I believe it was
like the 6th or 7th. Yeah.
Arnold. I had to look his name up because I'm going to butcher it. Arnold Ebiketie.
Yes.
Edge rusher from Penn State.
Yes.
One thing that we know Atlanta, two things Atlanta is notorious for: snatching defeat from the jaws of victory and always having a prolific passing offense. Because
and blowing a 25-point lead in the Super Bowl. Oh,
but
I'm sorry. I don't want to mention that.
Hey, look, I've been to therapy. The therapist says I don't need to use the support monkey anymore. I'm okay.
Okay, very good.
Throw back.
Bubbles is gone. You let Bubbles go.
Yeah. Throw back to the Golden Girls. Rest in peace, Stan Zabornak.
There you go. There it is. That's reference number one. Who forever's counting? Andy got us number one.
We keeping a timer now? That's what we're
I'm just saying. I'm just saying that was number one. We'll see how many more get in before we're done.
But this guy is he wasn't necessarily a standout per se when you started talking about defensive players, but Atlanta is definitely has not been known for its defense. Honestly, since the days of the Grits Blitz, to be completely honest, in Super Bowl, was it 51? Was it? In 51, I was surprised to see the defense come up like that because the whole season was just off. It just lots of shootouts. So this is something the Falcons definitely needed to address. So I don't have a whole lot of background on this, guys. I didn't really follow Penn State, but definitely needed. And again, this is something I'm proud of Atlanta addressing. And then if they follow that up with picking up Troy Anderson out of Montana State at the linebacker position. But this one is the one that gets me about this is if they were going to draft a linebacker. Now that we know what we know, I understand. But at the point when I was watching the draft, Kobe Dean, and he was still available at that point. But again,
wasn't that everybody? Because that kid just the rounds kept going and he kept going. When are they going to call this kid's name?
I think I counted 4 other teams picked up linebackers before. The Kobe Dean. But
and finally the Kobe went, but it's just was it 5th round, 6th round he went?
Yeah.
But when it was all said and done. So yeah.
I've been saying this since the draft a couple of weeks ago. Kobe Dean is going to make a lot of those. I'm pretty sure he's got a list. And some of those teams that refused that did not pick him up are going to pay for their indiscretions this
their crimes.
Season. Right. They're going to pay for their crimes. Here's another pick in the 3rd round with Desmond Ridder. Atlanta has always had, for the better part of Atlanta's had Matt Ryan for all of the last decade, and just and it's basically been Matt Ryan. And he's been a very durable quarterback. He's not been injured very often, and I think Atlanta finally looked at and said, you know what? Not only did they pick up Marcus Mariota, they picked up Desmond Ridder out of Cincinnati, who was absolutely, yes, we say it's a Power 5 team, but he was absolutely impressive all season long. I think what's going to wind up happening is Mariota's going to get the start, and he might play a season and a half, and they're going to hand the baton off to Desmond Ridder. So I think if you're going to pick up a project quarterback, this is a great project quarterback to pick up. Then again, they go back to D'Angelo Malone, and I'm not really going to talk about these other guys. I don't really know much about them, but D'Angelo Malone.
They're getting into the lower rounds. You go, we got to find
Tyler Algier is going to really help your offense out.
Yes,
he is a monster.
Yes, Tyler Algier from BYU. That haven't really had a. I don't know. I don't think that we've had a uber dominant running back since Michael Turner.
Michael Burner. Turner out of what collegiate university? My Northern Illinois Huskies, my friend.
Wow.
Okay. Remember that, Michael.
Turner.
We have brought you.
Hey,
I'm saying, but
the
don't
Georgia don't
my Huskies, right? Michael, we have brought you Garrett Wolf, Michael the Burner Turner. We brought you Ryan Dime as a center for years on the Colts. We produce it here in the Midwest, my friend. Just exactly. Exactly. Look them up. Look them up, pal.
They've been in the league. They got
right. Look them up. Exactly.
I would say this about Michael Turner and my impression with his skills.
No,
I don't buy a lot of NFL jerseys. I own one NFL jersey. And that sole jersey is Michael Turner. And with all the superstars that they play, even prime time. But I wasn't buying jerseys back then because I didn't have that kind of money. Now you can buy it.
Now you can buy it.
But I got
we know your Uncle Richie now, so don't worry about it.
So yeah, definitely a good pick at the running back position. And then of course I can't not address that they went ahead in the 6th round and they picked up John Fitzpatrick, tight end, and Justin Schaefer, guard, from as Mr. I Want to Smoke so eloquently put it 15 seconds ago, from what collegiate institution, sir?
Northern Illinois. That's right, baby. We produce linemen out here too.
He's fired. He's fired. Well, you know they're both dogs.
Yeah. Just my Huskies are But I want to give a shout out to Alex is watching. Andrew. Sorry guys, I'm not as quick. This is what I'm saying. I'm great at the hosting part. This technical side I have a little trouble with, so I haven't been able to post the comments yet because you guys have been talking at a faster pace than I can pay attention to. I do apologize, but thank you all for watching. It says Facebook user, so I'm not sure who else is in here, but identify yourselves. Let us know who you are. So let me get to my beloved Bear, because I know we're all excited about this. And I know people will criticize too, people all over the NFL. Okay, Bears, you needed this, you needed that. And your first pick is Kyler Gordon, out of Washington. But
corner is good. He's solid.
Here's the thing, right? Did you see our secondary last year?
Yeah.
We got burnt so much because I don't know what Eddie Jackson was thinking last year and deciding not to play or whatever the hell the problem was. But we were burnt darker than toast on a bad Sunday. Let me tell you.
Oh,
it was not. No, we were, bro. We gave up, long plays. We gave up stuff over the middle where there's no one near the guy. It's just horrible. We took 5 picks, turned it into 11 in this draft. So whatever you want to say about what Poles is doing, he said we need to get picks. We're rebuilding, guys. Look, it pains me as a Bears fan to understand this, that we're probably not making the playoffs again this year. But that is okay because this new regime is doing it the right way. They're trying to build from within. You're bringing people in, seeing if guys stick, offering them 1-year contracts, because we've signed a lot of people. Because we're just trying to plug holes at this point because we had so many of them. The Khalil Mack trade left us empty, no first-round picks. The Mitch Trubisky thing left us no first-round picks. So we've had to scramble and scratch to get what we have. So I actually was fine with Kyler Gordon, and I'm going to not lie. I'm even fine with Jaquan Brisker out of Penn State 9 picks later or whatever it was, because these two guys hopefully will
We
be the
wanted
future
him.
of our secondary.
Brister out of Penn State. We wanted
Yeah,
him
I
badly.
mean, you take what's best available. They tell you, right? When you're trying to build and you're going through a draft like this. I mean, the guy was only picked 48. So yes, there was plenty out there, but you got to fill your need and figure out what there was. Now, as far as the third pick goes, we did take a receiver finally at pick 71. Kind of a curious pick, though, I think. Velus Jones Jr., 25-year-old coming out, kind of an older guy.
Talk to you about that.
Because he went to college for 5 years. Guy redshirted, transferred schools, did all this stuff. So he's coming out as a 25-year-old rookie receiver, which is a little older because some of these guys come out at 21, 22. By 25, they're seasoned veterans.
Yeah.
This guy's just coming out at 25. So it will be interesting to see how quick he adapts and how quickly he can adjust because we're going to need him. I mean, our receiving core, you guys know, it's Darnell Mooney. We had the kid we drafted last year, Sean's boy Daz Newsome.
Yes.
He'll probably get some looks this year to join the receiving core. We signed Byron Pringle as a free agent, Equimonius St. Brown from the Packers. So we're bringing people in, but these are not guys who are going to instill the fear, I think, into the backs of the other teams. So we're trying to fit parts. We're trying to see what fits. We're trying to get our picks back for one. So, I think we finally will have a first-round pick next year. I got to check on that. But, and again, we took linemen like we needed to. We had Braxton Jones. Again, to go along last year with Larry Borum and Tevin Jenkins, who hopefully this year will get some playing time. We did get an edge rusher and Dominique Robinson, and then we picked up again Zachary Thomas from San Diego State at pick 186. The kid looks like, he's got some size, he's got some hands, he's got some speed. See what he does. I mean, the best you can do is get him in there, get him working with the offensive line coach, and, see what he's got. But overall, again, I didn't think the Bears did so bad. We managed to take 6 picks and turned it into 11, and filled a lot of holes that we had. So to me, I was not disappointed at all with our draft. I know some people get anxious right away because, well, we haven't been that good for a long time. So I get it.
You just want to win.
But we're headed in the right direction, guys, and I think we're going to be good. So let's move on.
Hey, real quick.
Go ahead.
Real quick, one of the guys that we didn't draft him, he was an undrafted free agent, but I got to shout him out. Shout out to the HBCUs in my alma mater, Virginia State. Will Adams, we picked him up. He's a safety. I don't know much about him, to be honest, outside of, went to my alma mater, but 6'1", 186. He's big. He's got a big wingspan, and I think that's huge, having a bigger corner and safety than maybe impose on the little smaller defense wide receivers and stuff like that. So we'll see what he does. I'm so glad. I mean, we talk about HBCUs finally getting love this year. I'm glad we ended up picking him up and being from my alma mater. Trojans, let's go, baby.
Trojans.
I was wondering when that was going to come up. There you go. I saw that. And I said, Sean has got to be like, yo.
Yeah. I was
so excited. Not as excited for Sam Howell, but still. Let's go.
All right. Well, there you go. Congratulations to Sean, Virginia State. Very nice. So let's go on and let's look at the thing that was released just this past Thursday. We have the schedules now for everybody, all our beloved teams. And I will start with the Bears because this year we do play both your Commandos and your Falcons, my friend. So the Bears get a date with both of you guys. So real quickly, let's go over and see what how the NFL tried to get us. Let's see. We got the Bears in week 11 and the Commanders in week 12. Oh, do you got them 11 and 12? Look at this. I got Sean in week 6 for the Bears, and then week 11 it looks like Falcons, Bears at Atlanta.
There's a lot of smack talking gonna be going on.
Oh no, trust me, we're gonna be
started up now, baby.
We're gonna figure out bets. We're gonna figure out bets for this. Don't worry, trust me. Someone's going
2-0, baby. Let's go.
Okay. You guys are gonna go down faster than cheerleaders on a quarterback. Trust me.
Wow.
I got a feeling we're gonna Amber Heard the bed on both these games. I'm just saying.
Oh, there it is.
Hey, that's 2. I'm keeping track. That's 2.
Yeah, that's 2 now, right? There you go.
Wait, what's the limit here?
No one said there was. I just said I was just gonna count how many he had.
see how many you get in an hour.
But the schedule, people decided to kind of mess with us early. Our first two games, they gave us the 49ers and the Packers. So these guys played for the NFC Championship last year. Of course, we know the Packers lost, of course, because crybaby Rodgers couldn't perform, but whatever. We'll keep going. Then we got the Texans and the Giants. Those could be victories. We got the Vikings in week 5.
Right.
And, of course, week 6, we get here at home, October 13th, Thursday night, prime time. The Washington Commandos come to Soldier Field. Now, Sean,
I'm going to come with these shoes, too.
Yeah, you come with those shoes. Come with whatever you want, bro. But I'm guessing by week 6, I'm going to make this bold prediction right now that you're going to have a new quarterback by week 6. Carson Wentz will find a way to get himself either hurt or mentally taken out of the game somehow. So you may be starting Sam Howell in week 6 of the season.
Wow.
Let's just okay. I know that's picking on Carson Wentz a little bit. I'm only going off history, my friend.
I understand.
Anyways, of course,
our last quarterback lasted less than a half. He lasted a quarter.
Yeah,
so
exactly. So then, of course, the Bears, we play our 2 against the Lions, 2 against the Packers, 2 against the Vikings. Like I said, we do get Washington. We do get Atlanta as some of our non-division games. We get the Dolphins this year, Jets, Patriots. So we got some good games. We're going to take some losses. Like, I know that. I'm not disillusioned. I'm not looking at the schedule going, oh, man, we got the potential to go 12-5. No. We're going to hover around 500, 8-9, 9-8 if we're lucky. But I do, as long as we can defeat the Commandos and the Falcons, Nick will be a happy man. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Play Dallas? Don't y'all play Dallas too?
Well, I do, but I don't want Ash to cry yet. It's only Sunday. I don't want Ash to get upset with me, because it's, the Cowboys are the mess of their own. And I don't want, by that time we could be actually good and upset Dallas and everybody will be hit. And then Ash will just not like me at all. So
countdown to Ash joining the stream in the comments in 5, 4.
We got to wait on that one. Right. We got to wait.
Triggered.
Is she listening? Ash, are you listening? Or is Sydney listening? He's going to go get her? Is she on there? Is she already cursing?
Somebody's going to go get her. Trust me, somebody's going to eye her and she's going to jump on the comments.
Right. That's going to be it. So let's move now. You've heard my Bears. I've given what I've had to say. Sean, we'll go with you now. Let's take a little quick look at your Washington Redskins schedule this year. And what's happening there?
Honestly, so in the first 4 weeks, I'm pretty optimistic, but I'm cautiously optimistic. We start off against the Jaguars, and I think Jaguars are my dark horse in the AFC. I think
I'm telling you, you better watch out. Travis may run for 200 on your defense.
Right. So I'm really worried about them, but also because I think they are in the position that the Chargers were in a year ago, where they were the upstart team trying to, shock some things, and we were the division favorites from the year before, and they shocked us a year ago. So I think Jacksonville might shock us. I am going with my dear Catherine on September 18th to Detroit, to her home. Detroit Lions play my Washington football team, which is another one that, I'm like, we all know what they've been like, but with the draft that they had this year, they really made some solid moves. Let's see what they can do, And again, we got Carson. Mm-hmm. Then we got the Eagles, who, like Anthony said, Georgia just decided they're to send their guys to Philly, So they got Jacoby Dean and Big Baby Davis. So I'm worried about that. And then Dallas in the first 4 weeks, we got them, and it doesn't get much easier. We got Tennessee. Then we got a surefire win against Chicago, so obviously that's going to be
take it easy.
Then,
I like it when you say surefire. All right, remember that. Remember you said that.
But then we're going to try to help you guys out in your division, and we got Green Bay and take them, the Colts, and then another NFC North matchup where we play the Vikings. So
you guys, we play you got the NFC East least this year, so yeah.
Hey, we're gonna see what's up. Then we go to Philly again. And then the Texans. Then Thanksgiving weekend.
Yes.
27th, we will be playing the Dirty Bird Falcons.
There it is.
And your boy Colin, he hit me up. He said we might have to
I saw that.
touch down in
Atlanta. In hot Atlanta, huh?
Oh no, they're here. They're here.
Oh, it's in Washington. Oh, okay.
They're at home.
It's a home game for you.
You might have to come home, Mr. Handy.
Oh.
Might have to do that game.
Handy goes home. Mr. Handy goes to Washington.
Loser has to wait out of his jersey.
Wait. There's what. Hey, put one in the column for Mister. I want this one.
For Nick.
You got to be
Mr.
over a
Handy goes
certain
to
age. You got to be over a certain age to get that reference. So like the rest of them are going.
That's right.
What?
Exactly. He got it. He got it. Yeah.
Then we finish with New York bye week. New York, San Francisco, Cleveland when Deshaun probably gonna be back, and then finish the year with Dallas. So it's gonna be interesting. I'm looking 10-7. You know, maybe 9-8.
Are we right?
I'm looking a little bit. I think we can make the playoffs. I think we can be favorable in the division and see what's happening. But I don't think it's gonna.
Optimistic you are, yes.
I'm optimistic. I mean, well, I know I got to win against Atlanta. I got to win against Chicago.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait a minute.
So, and on that note,
go ahead. You're not gonna sit up here and do this today.
Right, that's right. There you go.
I said I was gonna come on this show. I said I was gonna behave myself today. I said I was gonna try and hold it, but I can't hold it no more because I'm on my black and mild ahead off. You're not gonna sit up here. Up here. Don't be mad because we look. If your front office had been operating a little bit better, maybe you could have got Drake London.
Hey, right.
That's right.
But look, I had to do that because I knew if what you said didn't bring out Ash, what I said would. She's here. She's forever triggered. Yes.
Oh yeah. I like this one. This one's my favorite. I would have said the same thing. Stop it, John.
Let's go.
Just stop it.
Let's go.
Just stop it. That's enough. All right, Mr.
I'm diametrically and quadrilaterally opposed to your opinion, Mr. Spencer. So what are we gonna do about it?
Oh, there we go. Take it easy, Stephen A.
We going, baby. We going. Let's go.
All right, Andy, give us your Falcons. What you guys got this year?
I would love to give you my Falcons. I'd gladly trade my Falcons for your Bears right now. I'm kidding. I got jokes. Honestly,
you got jokes. All right.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I got the Falcons going because they're in a rebuilding season. I'm very impressed with what they did in the draft. I gotta wait and see. But one thing I have learned as a Falcons fan is that sometimes the draft does not yield immediate results. So I'm not looking for them to come out and knock it out of the park this season. Because right off the bat, we got the Saints. First off, I'm just gonna go ahead and say I'm looking at the Falcons going 2-4 in the division. And to answer your earlier question, Sean, about the two being the Panthers, I think we're gonna split with the Saints and the Panthers. But I'm definitely saying Tampa and
Tampa Bay takes care of you both times.
Yeah, I think TB12. I mean, this is definitely the TB12 retirement tour now that Fox has given him a $375 million deal to go. Yeah, he done.
He just won't go away. Sorry, Keith.
He done.
He won't go away, will he?
He done after this season. So I see. Actually, I think the Falcons are going to get the Saints in the season opener. But it's a little bit of a rough ride coming out in week 2 through 5 because we got the Rams in LA, we got the Seahawks in Seattle, we got the Browns coming to the Georgia Dome. We don't know if everything's going to be cleared with if everything's going to be cleared with Deshaun or not. If he's going to be playing, I say if Deshaun is playing, I'm marking that. I'm just going to go ahead and say as if he was playing. The Browns are coming to the Georgia Dome. Then we go around. Then the next week we're in Raymond James Stadium. The week after that, Jimmy G and the 49ers come to the Georgia Dome, Mercedes-Benz. The week after that, we play Mr. Silky Smooth, Joe Burr in Cincinnati.
Oh, Joe Burrow.
The week after that, we got the Panthers. The week after that, we host the Chargers. The week after that, oh my God. I can't find the mouse right now, so I'm gonna have to work with. Oh, there it is. Hi, there.
You left the mouse.
Not the actual cursor, just the mouse. What is going on here? It is not working in the blue blazes. Okay, maybe I can click this one and I can use this one. There we go. It is working now. Let's see. The Bengals, the Panthers, the Chargers. The week after that, we got the Panthers again. Week 11, big win. Week 11, big win. We play some team up out of the Midwest. Week 12.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
We get defeathered, my friend. That's all I'm saying. All right.
We having roast Falcon.
Go ahead. That's right.
I don't know. I heard Michael
We're gonna
Jordan used
roast
to play
that
there. I
duck
heard
for
Michael. I
Thanksgiving.
heard Michael Jordan used to play there or something like that.
Yeah, that's right.
Then we
You
go.
remember
Then we
that.
go.
Put some
Then we go
respect
to
on
the.
that name.
Then we go to the nation's capital.
Come
Well,
on
there's a
home.
victory.
Come on.
There's a
Wow.
victory.
Really? Wow.
You know what?
Well, when you got the rookie Sam Howell playing for the rest of the season, sure.
First, second, or third.
I don't know, right? But I think. Listen, Sean, this is not smack talk or anything like this. I think by week 12,
Bring it on, brother.
by week 12, there should be a good gel going. I actually look for that to be a halfway decent game.
I think it's gonna be good.
I think it's going to be a game. I'm going to give it to the Falcons just because I'm a Falcons fan, not because I think we go come in there and tar and feather y'all or nothing. But I'm giving that one to the Falcons. Week 13 against the Steelers. Yeah, no,
Mitch.
that one.
Mitch.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Then we play at New Orleans. The next week we're at the Ravens. The next week we host the Cardinals. The next week we host the Cardinals, and then after that, we host the Buccaneers. I got right now, just ticking them off as I run down the list. Hey, Kyle, I'm sorry. I know you love the Birds. I think it's a rebuilding season. I don't see anything great. Realistically speaking, on paper, what I'm looking at a 6-11 season, but I'm going to say optimistically, I'm looking at a 9-8. But realistically, I'm thinking it's going to be a 6-11.
All right.
Would you guys end up last year?
8-9, and that's right about where I put them. I think that was the record last year. I had to look it up, but yeah.
And actually, Atlanta was in more games last year than they should have been in.
Yeah,
actually, there was
They
some
were in the
games
playoff hunt late.
Which to me was good. Which to me was good because I didn't expect that much out of them.
Right.
So maybe with the rebuild and some changes and some new faces and personnel, they might even I'd even say they might optimistically they might even go 10-7. But right now I'm looking at on paper I'm looking at 6-11.
That's why we do this, because again, we look at our teams, we try to be objective, we look at what we have, what we've done, and then we can go back in 3 months and see how right we were. Because again, these things are never, especially when I beat both of your teams. So again,
wow,
that brings us to my
talk
next.
About optimism.
That's right. Hey, this is my show today, boys. Don't play with me. I've been absent for a long time. I'm going to speak my mind today. Don't play with me. That's right. It's a Sunday smoke. That's a different kind of smoke. Sunday smoke. So we're going to move on to our next thing. And what I really want to talk about here is because matchups are important. And as I was telling Sean before, just to preface what I'm talking about with this, week 6 we play Washington. And as I was telling Sean before we went on, this could be a make or break. I look at this as one of the matchups that actually could make or break and determine the Bears season. And the reason why is it's a week 6 game at home at a prime time. Again, we start out, like I said, 49ers, Packers. Those could easily be 2 losses. Then we get, Giants, and I think one of our division rivals, I think we get the Lions and Giants. So that could possibly put us at 2-2 going into the Vikings game that we have, in week 5. So we have a potential to be 3-2 or 2-3 going into that game with Washington. So that game can either set us back, we could go to 2-4, 1-5, whatever it is, or we could be on a high going 3-2-4, go 4-2, whatever. So I look at that as a potential big matchup for us. And again, I like Riverboat Ron. I always have as a coach. A lot of respect for that. I know he knows what he's doing. So again, but I look at that, right? And that's true. He is coming home. He played on the lakefront for years as part of that great Bears defense. So Ron, I'm sure is looking forward to coming back. He always gets a good reception. We love Ron. But I think that's an important matchup for our team is that week 6 Washington game. It really could tell a lot, especially with Justin Fields, like how, now that he's got 4 or 5 games under his belt coming into this one, prime time in front of the home crowd, what's Justin going to do? So again, I look at this as a very big matchup for our team. One of the other ones too. And again, even the Falcons, like Anthony was talking about, that game, it's almost like it's in sections. Week 6 is that first 6 weeks. It ends with the Washington game. The Falcons game is what, week 12. So that's another 6-week period in between because our bye doesn't come until the last quarter or the last 6 games we finally get a bye. So we're going to play like 12, 13 games before we even get a bye. So we're pretty much going to know where we are by the time that rolls around. We're going to have a pretty good idea of what this team is. And I think those are two important matchups as much as we joke. That week 6 matchup with Washington and that week 12 matchup with the Falcons, because at that point, we're either going to be sitting right around 500 or way below or slightly above. So I think those are two key matchups because they're both winnable games for either team. But I think those games could go either way. So to me, I look at those two particular games, though, as important matchups for my beloved Bear this year. How about you? Anthony, we'll go to you next. What do you see as potentially big matchups for you guys this year coming up?
Well, I actually while you were talking about that, I was running through the schedule, and there's about, like I said, I've got my realistically and I've got my optimistically because some of these games are late season matchups. Last couple of seasons, I'm going to start at the back end of the schedule with the Cardinals in week 17. I mean, we saw what happened. Like the Cardinals the last couple of years, out the gate like a firecracker, and then somewhere between midseason and the home stretch, things just start to unravel.
They did.
We got the big deal with Kyler Murray right now. He's wanting this Uber Supermax deal. We don't know if attention is going to be high, but come week 17, that one, and that's a home game for us. So who knows? We may have turned the corner enough by the end of to get the home crowd behind. I think 17, that is a pivotal game that we could potentially pull off. I don't know if Nate is watching or not, or if he's going to see this later. We know what has happened to the Ravens the last couple of seasons, and I don't know what they were doing trading away Hollywood. They traded away, a couple of their key pieces, and I don't see where they did anything to make any improvements. So by week 16, the Ravens are vulnerable, and that's even though that's a home game for the even that's at the M&T Bank. It's entirely possible that the Falcons could pull off that upset. The same with these late season matchups. That you never can tell what's going to be happening in the late season. And I saw that. And I was going to point that out to you. Late season matchups, you never know how things are going to go. Same with the Panthers in week 10. And realistically speaking, the Browns, we don't even know, even if Deshaun Watson does get the opportunity to start, has he been acclimated enough to that system that he's comfortable enough to play? Because he hadn't played for a whole year. I don't care how much mini camp you get. It's real game reps that matter. And he might still be shaky by week 4. So I'm looking at a potential. Oh, and then we can't forget week 6 with the Niners, because Jimmy G is by week 6. Jimmy G is either going to be seriously hurt or he's going to be dinged up enough to help his injury to affect his performance. So you're talking potentially 6 games. That's a 6-game swing.
Yeah,
that's a 6-game swing. We could easily go from 6-11 to 12-5. Now, realistically, do I see that happening? I don't think so. But those are just some key matchups to look at.
Right. Real quick, Sean, before I get to you, this was a great question I thought Andrew posed. It says every year there is one dominant team on paper that doesn't make the playoffs. Who do you think that is this year?
Dallas.
See, I was going to say that too, but I didn't want Ash to come through the computer screen on me. But no, again, Dallas always, even last year, looked great on paper, right? Dak is back. Zeke was good to go. You had the receiving core, CeeDee Lamb, and what's old boy's name? Cooper, and everybody was great, right? This team was good to go. The defense was better. It had Micah Parsons out of his mind. All this was there, and yet somehow Dallas found a way to implode. And I think it's kind of the same thing this year. When you look on paper, Dallas looks like they have a good team. But why is it they always find a way to shoot themselves in the foot? So Andy and I agree it's Dallas. Sean, what do you think?
I disagree with Dallas. I don't think they look that great on paper. They lost all their receivers. But I think my personal opinion is KC, Kansas City. Losing Tyreek Hill, I think, is going to be something that, Juju's great and everything, but I don't think there's going to be the production. You're not going to be able to equal that or match that production. And I think Patrick Mahomes, with not as much Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, but more the emergence of the three other teams in that division. The Broncos getting Russ, KC just building up like crazy, and then the Raiders, getting Devontae Adams. I think that's going to be really huge, and I definitely think KC is going to take a dip this year, but I just don't. I think they're just going to miss the playoffs. I don't think they're going to be 4-13 or something. I think they're
So you think Kansas City doesn't make the playoffs?
Yeah.
That's a bold one. I like that. That's bold though. I'm going to remember you said that we have to mark this down.
I think I said it last year too, and I was wrong. So
and you're wrong. So that's what I said. Mark this day down. Whoever's keeping track. May what are we? May 14th, May 14th or 15th, 2022. Sean Spencer says the Chiefs will not make the playoffs.
There you go.
Bold prediction, my friends. Bold prediction. So now we'll let Sean get back to, and I appreciate, guys, we do love you. We appreciate the comments. Everybody's in there. Ash just threatened me saying we'll see you in week 8 when we play the Cowboys. So I know she's coming for me. So this is what I'm saying. So Sean, we'll get to you. What are your important matchups for the Washington Commandos this year?
Ash, I will say it every year because one year it's going to happen, and then when it happens, it would be like, oh yeah, just like when Nate says guarantee. One of the times he's gonna get it right, and he's gonna be like, see, I guaranteed it. You see that?
Well, hey, listen. I'm not mad at Nate with his guarantees because his guarantee between him and Charles Barkley, the Dogs won the national championship. So I'm gonna ride that one till the wheels. I'm gonna ride that one till the wheels.
You are, aren't you? Yeah.
Yo, shout out to David. He's in the comments, man. What's going on, Dave?
Is he
coming at
when
me?
did David sneak in there? I didn't see him. Sorry, David.
Let's go.
David sneaking in on a Sunday. Nice to see everyone again.
But yeah, back to my schedule, Washington schedule. Honestly, I think, and not because I'm going to two of the 4 games. I think the NFC North is going to be a little. I think it'd be a little bit better than they were a year ago. Maybe even a lot better than they were a year ago. And I think those matchups, the 4 matchups that we have where we go to the Lions, we go to Chicago, and then have Minnesota and Green Bay come here. I think how we do in the NFC North with those 4 matchups could be huge because I could potentially see 2 teams from there making the playoffs. Packers, that's the team I would have said, I don't think they can make on the playoffs, but they don't have any receivers. You know what I mean? On that team. So I'm kind of like, on paper, I don't know how super they look, but I mean, as far as a perennial stud, I can see them missing it. And then I think, either whether it's you guys or Detroit or even Minnesota, Kirk Cousins, they paying him all that money. You got to do something. And they were in 14 out of the 17 games they lost by 1 possession a year ago. So I personally think how we fare in the NFC North is going to play big. And then the last 3 games of the year, we got San Francisco. And like Anthony said, by that time, hopefully, Garoppolo is probably going to have some kind of nick or injury or something coming in late in the year. Then we got the Browns, who by that time the suspension should be lifted and Deshaun should be back. And then we end with Dallas. So it's 3 games in a row that are going to be like, if we were in the playoff hunt, that will either take us out or that'll solidify us as a playoff contender coming through. But I think that early middle of the season where we play the NFC North, and I'm glad we played them earlier in the season. We go to Detroit, but we go there in September, or we go to Chicago, but we go there in October instead of going there late in the season when it's super cold. I think that's going to play hugely in our favor potentially. So that's where I'm at. But those NFC North matchups, I think, really are going to make or break us. Kind of like what you were talking about when you see us.
That's interesting because I was thinking about this because, our teams all have like 3rd and 4th place schedules in terms of who we're playing this year. With the opportunity, like you said, things bounce our way. We get a lucky break here or there. We could find ourselves over 500. But I think it's the teams. I think it's the teams we don't play that are more telling because those are the teams that everybody's picking to come out of the NFC. Like, obviously I know Handy has to play the Buccaneers, but obviously the Rams are still a favorite. The Bucks are still a favorite. The Packers are still a favorite, and we always have to play the Packers twice because they're in our division, but we don't touch any of those other teams this year. Right. We don't play the Packers. We don't play the Rams. We don't play the Buccaneers. we avoid kind of some of the top tier teams in this conference this year. That's the only reason I think I have a little hope that we could finish around 500, 98, maybe back into the playoffs somewhere, much the way Washington did in years, last year, the year before, where they kind of backed in. And
Both of
whatever.
us did. Didn't you guys get in there 8-8?
Yeah, well, that was ridiculous. I didn't want to go only because Cardinals lost and we still backed in. I didn't like that because I knew we were going to get blown up, and we did. Saints took care of us with no problem. But I think, like I said, for our teams, and this is what I'm going to get to here, I know we kind of already predicted what we do, but in all seriousness, we're going to put these down because these are forever cemented. May 15th, 2022. How do we genuinely feel our teams are going to do? Anthony, let's have it. Falcons this year.
Well, I did come out and say 6-11. Now I'm going to factor in, realistically speaking, we're probably going to catch one of these one or two of these 6 games that I threw out here. I'm gonna throw an extra little sprinkle on top of it because you got to sprinkle.
There you go, Medina.
Got him.
He's there. Sprinkle it. Well, you froze.
Did he freeze?
He froze. Look at the picture. My God.
Mid sprinkle. Mid sprinkle.
You don't supposed to open the whole salt and pour the whole thing on there. You just sprinkle a little bit on it. So I'm gonna put it.
You poured it up.
You just froze like you were getting a colon. Now you're in the middle of a colonoscopy. Your face was like,
no.
I was like, damn.
Oh wow.
Telling you.
Hold up.
This should be interesting. Yes, it should, Nate. Nate joins us. Nate, welcome to the program.
So somebody said ask Calvin. Somebody said ask Calvin. Ask Calvin Ridley what he thinks. I asked him nothing. He's sitting on the sidelines right now. I'm about to ask him a single thing. But being generous, I want to go. I'm actually going to put him over 500 this year. I'm going to say 9-8.
You are. Okay. No, 9-8. All right. I like it. Atlanta Falcons could. Okay, here's my question too to you, because I'm not going to lie and pretend. When Mariota was coming out of Oregon, I actually thought this guy could be a good NFL quarterback, and I had wanted the Bears to try to do something to maybe get Mariota here. I won't lie about that. Now, obviously, that would not have turned out to be a good idea either, because we all know what happened to Marcus since then. But do you think this is a chance for him to prove himself, knowing he's got the rookie quarterback there? He's got the hot hand coming out of Cincinnati. He's got Desmond Ridder chasing him. Do you think Marcus comes out and plays well?
Yeah, last chance you, man. I mean, for this is last chance you for Mariota. Like, if he doesn't go out there and show that he can be a first string quarterback, I think this is his last. I think this is definitely his last shot at being a first stringer.
For sure.
If he doesn't show out in Atlanta, like if you can't show out in Atlanta the way that the franchise is right now, you can't be a franchise quarterback anyplace else. So I think he comes out and tries
with the 3 big weapons you have, you should be able to come up with something.
Yeah, I mean
those are 3 huge weapons.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right on it. You're right about it, man.
Kyle Pitts and your boy that they picked up in the draft,
Drake London.
London.
Drake London. I see way too many people here that I didn't see around me last year. That's my bad Drake impersonation.
Drake, is
that Drake? That's horrible. That's a horrible Drake impersonation.
Normally, don't have to guess.
Don't do that again. Don't do that again. That's okay. Don't do that one again.
That was terrible.
Is that Calvin too? Yeah, you saved yourself with that.
That was terrible.
That might have counted for 2 on that one. I don't know, man.
No, that's terrible. No more Drake impressions. The guy's not even that great a rapper, but that'll get me beat up later. But who cares?
Let's go back to his days on Degrassi.
You better speak on that. You better speak on that. It's not look.
My loving.
See, now he's going to start.
Hottest day in summer.
Yeah, awesome.
Speaking
of Sean,
but we talking about football.
We heard from him.
We talking about practice. We talking about football.
Right. We were trying to talk football.
Yeah, so
I thought we were talking football. I don't know.
With Pitts and Cordarrelle Patterson and Drake London, I think
Drake London.
There's no reason why he should not be able to be to be able
something
to
like to put up some numbers, right? Do
like
something.
I'm thinking at the least at the very least we should be able to come up out of the bottom of the division and finish second.
Okay, there's a
Because the Panthers and the Saints are iffy. I know famous Jameis is coming back, but
well, they got Chris Olave, Michael Thomas is coming back. I don't know the same Kamara, even though I think his trouble's behind him. I don't know. I mean, can the Saints rise out of the ashes with what they got there on offense? Who knows?
We might be able to. Now, Nate, I'll have to agree with Nate's comment. He said, now, Nate, my original prediction was, I don't know when you joined in, my original prediction was 6-11. But I also did factor in there's about 6 gimme games on our schedule. And realistically speaking, we should be able to take 3 of those. So that's how I came up with the 9-8. I won't be mad if they go 6-11, but I'm sticking with my prediction of 9-8.
All right. So 9-8 it is. Sean, the Washington football team, Commandos, crackheads, whatever they want to call them, whatever else names you can come up with that suck.
Don't get beat by
wait a minute. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. You say crackhead like it's a bad thing.
Right. No, right. See, just for the record, I don't want to say I didn't mean that in any disparaging way, nor was I thinking of any individual person when I said that. So please refrain from giving me phone calls or coming after me. I'm just making disclaimer right there. That's all I was saying. I wasn't trying.
What Mr. I wanted to smoke really wanted to say is the views and opinions expressed on this show are his opinions and his opinions. If you don't like them, if you don't like them, then you got to be quiet because you don't want that smoke.
Right.
Wow.
But as you were, Mr. Spencer.
So Nathan says 9-10. You can't unless you made the playoffs.
How you get 9-10 in 17 games?
2 more games, Nate. Right. Come on, Nate.
Yeah.
He doing that Charles Barkley, man.
I know you're tired, but get that addition right. Yeah, that's right.
I said 10-7. Honestly, I think we're gonna split.
You're gonna stick with 10-7.
Yeah, I think we're gonna split with Dallas. I think we're gonna split with Philly. I think we're gonna sweep the Giants, and I think we're gonna split in the North. I think we're beating Minnesota, Chicago. I think the only thing we don't beat in the North, I think, is going to be Green Bay.
Right.
All the others are going to be very.
Well, you're thinking wrong, but okay.
I'm thinking right. Yeah, I'm thinking right. Especially when we go to Chicago. That's where we start to make our run.
October 13th, Thursday night. We know.
Yeah.
Just for the record, guys, Sean is coming in. Sean is coming into Chicago to go see the game with me. So him and I will be there at Soldier Field on the 13th. Live. So we may have to do some videos for you guys from the stadium there as we kill each other during that football game. So more to come on that. Go ahead, right?
Yes. But yeah, no, I go 10-7. I say that last stretch is rough for us. I don't think we're going to beat San Francisco or Cleveland, but I do think we're going to come in hot at the very end and beat Dallas. 1-16 for Wentz. I don't know who said that. I think it's pretty sure it was Ash. You can get out of here. All that. I definitely think we either come in first or second in division. I think somebody's going to shock us, be it maybe Philly or maybe Dallas back together. But I don't think we're going to win the division, but I think we're going to come second.
I can totally respect that. Just given, like you said, the way the division.
Sean went Dallas again. Yes, I do.
Is aligned. I think you have a good shot at finishing second in the division. It's very possible. Again, for my beloved Bear, I've toyed with everything because, again, like Sean, I look at it and go, well, in our division, we'll probably lose twice to the Packers. We normally do. And I don't think we're ready to overtake them just yet. Can we beat the Lions twice? I believe we still can. Can we beat the Vikings twice? I think we'll split with them. We'll probably win at home, and then they'll win at home. So that gives us 3 wins. Can we beat the Giants? Yeah, I think we can. Can we beat the Jets? It's a possibility. They do have a lot of weapons now, depending on what Zach Wilson does by the time we get to the Jets. So I said 8 and 9. I think I'm going to stick to that. I think we'll finish just under 500. And I would be okay with 8 and 9 as long as Justin Fields progresses. We see what we have at receiver. The defense starts to play better. I'll be okay with that. As long as these things happen, I think we're building towards something here. I like what Ryan Poles has done with the draft. Hopefully next year again, we'll stockpile some more picks, fill some more holes, and start to really turn this thing around. So I'm going to go 8 and 9 for the Bears this year. But of course, I will hold to my key victories of beating Washington and beating Atlanta
You
And the
can hold
surprise-
on to that all you want to.
And the big win will
keep
be
holding on.
and the big win is the big surprise will be beating the Cowboys.
Hmm.
Wow.
So there we go. I'll say it.
If Nick beats all three of us, we're done.
Look, Nick,
Right.
you
I will
and
have the
Wilson
bragging
Phillips.
rights when this season is over, pal.
Hey,
Because I will have
and
beaten you. I will have beaten you. The Cowboys would have went down, so Ash and David will be crying. We don't play the Steelers because we take out Mitch too, and then Sydney would be crying. That's it. I'm going for it all. I'm blowing it all up. Everybody's losing to me this year. That's it.
0-5 in that one.
Bears are coming for you.
I'm just saying you and Wilson Phillips can keep holding on because that ain't happening.
That's
That's three. That's three.
Oh
Yeah,
no!
that's
Right,
three, yeah.
right. Wait.
You
What
ended up
about the
getting
Drake? Wait, what about the Drake one?
That
might
counts.
count.
No,
That was so bad. We eliminated that.
Impersonations
bad.
impersonations and references are in separate
Right.
columns.
I love
Okay,
it.
all right. Two
I
different.
mean,
And
right?
but-
Because he
but-
did get
but-
Shannon Sharpen.
Yeah, I did.
Then he tried to Stephen A. Couldn't think of big enough words, so that stopped.
Oh, you
You
just
know,
gonna
like-
sit? We just gonna sit here and bloviate now? That's what we
Right.
doing. We
Right.
bloviating on the internet.
I don't even know. If
I
Stephen A.
don't
knows what half
understand
of
how
those
you
words
feel
mean.
about that.
He just throws them out there. When I think about the times when I said it, come on, Stephen A. Like,
Speaking of Stephen A. Nate, I gotta go back and clarify. He said he didn't say it, but I caught it. What he meant was that he thinks that Washington is going to get 9 or 10 wins. My bad, bro. Hey, I'm gonna correct
Then
that.
I'm with you.
I came for you, and then I realized that I wasn't armed with the proper.
you came
ammunition.
for the man, and look what happened. Now
I
you're
tried to shoot.
apologizing.
I tried to shoot a tank with a 22, and it just didn't
I
work.
like it. Wait,
It's
who
like,
said Nick is drunk? Because were you with me last night? Because I was.
That was David.
That was David.
Oh,
That was David.
David, look, I may have had a few too many margaritas last night at the old bar, but I'm good this morning.
Let me guess. Was it something that rhymed with high fuddies? Was that where you went?
Yes, I was at my.
Oh yeah.
buddy's.
I was like, wait, what?
I was out with family. We decided to go get some drinks. Nick had a few drinks. I ran into Delilah. We took a drunk photo because she was having some drinks. And then, I went home, passed out, got up this morning and talked to all you lovely people. So I think I'm okay now. But it was a nice night. I was out with family. Beautiful evening here in Chicago. So I did have a good time. I won't lie. But no, David, I'm not drunk. I'm good. But 8-9 for my Bears.
He's drunk with
Everybody
power. All right, he's drunk with power over here.
Because remember something, sir. I am in control here. Oh no. Well, listen, I want to thank. Obviously, without you guys, these shows don't mean anything, honestly. So let's thank Nate, David, Ash, Andrew, Alex was on here earlier. Who else was on here earlier? Sid. I mean, thank you guys. We really do appreciate you guys watching. As you know, I did have to take some time away for personal reasons, so the roundtable really hasn't been part of the rotation so much lately. But and also with my work schedule, with the double duty I pull right now, it's a little tougher because every other week I have Wrigley Field night games to deal with. But we will get the roundtable going again real soon. We'll do some stuff for training camp, obviously. We'll get into the preseason stuff. Then obviously when the season starts, we go full throttle. So the roundtable is not dead. Do not believe those rumors for one moment. We will rise again like the phoenix from the ashes, right? And the roundtable will rise again. And of course, at any time during the season, I would call upon any of you to guest on the roundtable, give us your opinions. We all have got our favorite teams. We've all got our opinions, which are great. We've all got our knowledge. We all have this is a great group. I really do appreciate all of you. Sean's still holding on to his Redskins sneakers from when he was like 10. I don't know what's going on over there. So, but literally, we do appreciate all of you. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening. And for Anthony Handy from Oklahoma, for Sean Spencer from Virginia, and for me, Nick Rosario from the lovely city of Chicago. We thank you all for watching this week. And now you can watch.
Hold up.
Oh, hold on, Sean.
Hold up.
Okay.
Just a couple little housekeeping.
Oh no, I forgot that birthday. Hold on. You're right. Hold on. We got a buddy. We got a buddy named Norm, who we met. Sean and I. This is how Sean and I met as well. During our when the COVID hit in 2020. Obviously, everybody went down. We were housebound. So some of you know the story. DJ Kev, a friend of mine here in Chicago, started doing online karaoke, which is how I met Sean through his lovely fiance Kat, who knew Kev. She would get on. Little Sean would be in the background waving, and so we started talking and all that good stuff, right? And Norm was the guy we met, and let me tell you something about Norm. He's an eccentric little guy. He wears the greatest shirts. Like this was a guy literally. Norm would get on the karaoke and change his shirt like every 20 minutes. Like it was the greatest thing, right? Like he'd start with one shirt, he'd sing a song, then literally by the next song he'd have another shirt on, and then he'd go to another song and have a different shirt on. He had just different colors of like the same shirt. It was great.
Mhm.
And so Norm, my friend Norman Vidai, we wish you a happy birthday. Hope you are well, my friend. I haven't seen you in a while. I know you're good. I know you're doing your thing again with the dance instruction and all that. So
Yeah,
I hope
dance
you're well,
mates.
yeah. I hope you're dancing. I hope you're dancing everywhere, my friend. But Norm, have a happy birthday. I hope you're well, my friend. We love you. Sean loves you. I love you. So we thank you for that. Sean, what else did you have?
Yeah, so I want you guys to look out. We are starting up the Let's Talk Football season preview series where we're going to interview, everybody for their team. We got an interview with the Baltimore Ravens insider Nathan Snell coming up this week, Tuesday night, 8 p.m. I will be on here with Anthony Handy and Kyle Yacy in the birdcage. If you want to, the eye of the Falcon, something. I don't know. Where we're talking about the Atlanta Falcons.
You could just stop. It's okay. We don't have none of that
stuff. Dirty birdie. I don't know.
Don't go to bed with the price on your head. Keep your eye on the sparrow.
Okay, Robert Blake.
Right? Come on, Beretta. Anyone? Beretta? Anthony, of course, because he's my age, right? Anthony,
yeah. with that cockatiel sitting
that's
on his
right.
shoulder.
Hey, that's right.
Hey,
man.
buddy, what do you think? Did he do it?
I mean, it's Sammy Davis Jr. right there, my friend.
Yeah.
Come on now.
You don't get too many. Sammy Davis doesn't do too many TV show themes. That's a great one,
Oh wait, Sammy Davis sang that theme song?
Yeah, I Am the Sparrow. Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah, I'm about 99% positive that was Sammy.
And ladies and gentlemen, that has been today's moment in television trivia, brought to you by Mr. I Want the Smoke.
That's right.
Yes, sir. But yeah, stay tuned. Stay tuned for that. Washington Football Weekly, Wednesday night. Let's Talk Football in the morning. Next Sunday, the Roundtable, whenever you guys get back going. Stay tuned for it. The football season after the draft, it's downhill right into the season. Rookie mini camps are starting, training camps. All these things are going to be starting. Preseason is going to be back in late July, early August, and then the football season will be back this fall. Definitely want you guys to tune in. We will be bringing you stuff. Also, I know Anthony Handy and Colin will be bringing back this week in SEC. Let's Talk College Football will be coming back with myself. I'm trying to get Katie out there and just a whole bunch of different stuff. Let's Talk College fantasy football and the Roundtable and everything will be coming back to you this coming fall. Definitely stick with us. Pay attention. If you missed anything, Mr. Handy has a lot of stuff on Zagnif Productions.
Yeah. What do you? Yes, Zagnif Productions.
Yeah. For this week in SEC and all the stuff that you have going on. We have stuff on the Let's Talk Football YouTube and Twitter. So hey, we got plenty of stuff out there just in case you missed us. Definitely pay attention, watch it, the shorts, the longs, everything. Get with us.
And yes, I Have the Sparrow was sung by Sammy Davis Jr.
Boom.
So there you go. Solid. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks again for watching. For Anthony Handy, Sean Spencer, I'm Nick Rosario. See ya. Did I do it right this time? Did I get it? Did it go? See, again, dead air. I hit the button to play the damn video.
Hit me, baby.
I don't know why it won't go. Yeah.